When you get this deep in the season and there's just no secrets between teams, how do the dynamics of these games change?
I don't. I personally don't think they change a whole lot because of the video and the access we have to each other's games. You know what to expect. Now having seen them live is different than on video for sure. But from a dynamic of how the series changes, maybe a little bit of a fire on for one another, a hate, if you will. I'm not saying that's what we are with Fairbanks, but sometimes the third game is different than the first because you've already played two
Right.
heated games, and every game in league seems to be heated these days. So maybe that. And when I find in this time of the year, the games seem to in the kids' minds, the games seem to mean more because you're getting down to late in the year and nothing's guaranteed and all those kind of things. So I think those two areas just ratchet up the intensity just a little bit. I mean, they're fighting for a playoff spot. We're fighting for home ice, second place. So we're both fighting for something, and I think this team is really dangerous. So we're trying to get prepared to play our best hockey. I know they're doing the same thing, and the fact that we played two heated games up in Fairbanks that's a recipe as far as I'm concerned for two more pretty tight checking, hard fought games here.
When you start to run out of games here, that's when I think fans and us in the media start to pay attention to what the computer rankings are and all that. How much do you pay attention to that, if at all?
Well, in terms of the pairwise,
Yeah.
I think we'd be in 2019. I think we'd be being naive if we didn't think that kids are looking at what's going on. Our guys know what's happening, and we don't play and we go from 16 to 15, and we do play and we go from 15 to 18. I mean, it's that old the cliche of we have to control what we can, and the second half of the year hasn't been what we wanted it to be. I don't think it's a reflection of how good this team is. I really don't. 500 hockey is not who we are. And what we're doing for the 18-19 team is we're running out of opportunities. So we're focusing more on that than we are the pairwise. At this point, that's really the only thing we can do. Our margin for error isn't very big. That's just the reality of it. We just don't have much room for error where that's concerned. We know where we have to be around to get an at-large bid, and we've got some work to do to get there.
Yeah, so where are you looking for? For Alaska this year after playing them earlier this season?
I'm looking for that kind of that rivalry to strike back up, and I think teams within your league you have a rivalry with all the time just because you play them every year, and sometimes you play them 4 times in one year, and this is a group that it's no different. Both teams are fighting for something. There's not many games guaranteed left, and I think we're going to see a really hungry team. I think Alaska Fairbanks plays really well on the road, and I've thought that for 20 years that I've been in coaching. I think that team is a team that comes on the road and does a nice job. And it's not that they play poorly at home at all. It's just sometimes teams play way better at home than they do on the road. I don't think that's the case with this group. I think this group plays really well on the road, and they've played really well in this building since I've been here. So we have to be ready, and I would hope hungry to play the game the way we're capable of playing it.
As the the season kind of winds down here with so many seniors on the roster, is this sort of like a message to those guys as time's kind of winding down here for them to make an impact?
Well, I think they've made an impact over the course of their 3 years, or three and three-quarter years. But I think the message is more: we're running out of opportunities for the 18-19 group to be together and to be these seniors to be part of it. Obviously, these seniors have a great relationship amongst one another, but they've also got relationships with the younger guys, and I think the younger guys know that. They also know that this group is a special group, and we've proven that we can be really dangerous if we're playing the game the right way. So it's been more of that. You'd have to ask the individual seniors about how they're kind of reminiscing in their own mind and what they see in this next 8 games. But I feel like it's more about the 18-19 version of this program and its capabilities, and the fact that we're down to 8 opportunities, at least guaranteed. We're going to have to earn the rest. I do think that gets people's attention. So there's lots of different moving parts where that's concerned, but I think the bottom line is The season's we're on the home stretch here, and we want to take advantage the best we can.
Typically, this portion of the year, someone gets hot. I look at a team like Princeton last year that
Mhm.
just had a crazy winning streak towards the end of the year, completely changed their fortunes. As you look at those types of teams, what characteristics does the team that plays well at this time of the year have?
I think getting back to what was just asked, I think those, for the most part, it's seniors. You know, you see a senior kind of getting hot as he goes down to the end of his senior year. At least it's been my experience that a senior or a couple of seniors or maybe the class of seniors really take charge of a group and lead the way as you finish out the year. But ultimately, I think characteristics are confidence, but confidence is earned. So you're playing well, so you get confident, and usually one or two guys come up with a hot stick, and that doesn't have to be a senior. I mean, someone's going to score goals, but I think it starts with your senior group, and that's the main characteristic of a team getting hot at this time of the year is your older guys leading the way.